Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns on liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
Thank you, Tiff. 200 yards from Saquon right from the jump. What's going on? This is Micah Parsons Thursday. August 28th is now Micah Parsons Day. Oh my God, it has been crazy. Got my espresso. Oh my God. It has been a day of days, man. The amount of information going on. You got the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Cleveland Browns. Friggin' Kyle Schwarber hit 4 home runs tonight. Man, it's just you can't. It's always something, man. It's always something, man. What's going on with you, though? What's up, David McCoy? First out the limo, bro. I appreciate you. Yeah, Tiff. Everybody working overtime. I saw Bomani Jones, and he said it perfectly. He said the sound you hear is everybody running to their microphones for an emergency podcast. America turning on all their microphones at the same time. Oh my God. It's official. Jerry has lost his damn mind. Go Birds. You know what, man? I did a live TikTok as the press conference was going on. I was just sitting in this chair, and I did the TikTok from my phone because I'm gonna start incorporating a little bit more TikTok stuff going forward. But I would every like 3 or 4 minutes, I would look up at the television and be like, Jerry's still talking. Like Stephen Jones couldn't get a word in edgewise. It's like Jerry trying to butt in and one more thing and trying to double down on what he did, trying to make it seem like it was a good thing, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't. Let's stop playing. Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it real. Like any way you want to look at it, anywhere it breaks down. The Dallas Cowboys traded away their best defensive player. That's what it comes down to. And it was just not a good look. Just not a good look. I'm trying to see. I got to get my my thumbnails back. I saw this thing, and I thought Skylar Diggins having anger issues. Oh, yeah, what's new? Matter of fact, I'm gonna type that to Jamie. I saw Jane Slater. I saw Jane Slater's report. Jane Slater she's the blonde that does all of the Cowboy stuff. And where is it at? Here we go. So James Slater at Slater NFL just mentioned that the Cowboys thought that Micah was just not committed to football. And I was like, what? I was like, y'all go ahead and roll with that one. Y'all roll with that one. So now they're going to be, they're trying to put out these narratives like Micah Parsons wasn't committed to football. And that's a crock of crap. Anything that's not committed to football is all of that. It's the circus that's down there that Jerry Jones runs with the tours of the locker room and, the fans walking by in the glass weight room so they can watch them as they working out. All of that type of stuff, man. Just the whole vibe down there is a circus. And Micah got sick of it. Just, play ball. And like I said, they had a handshake deal. Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons had a handshake deal. And the minute that the agent got involved, which is he's supposed to get involved. That's Micah's agent. Micah hired him. Micah pays him. I need you to look at this contract to make sure it's all good, and then I can sign it. That's what an agent's job is. And for Jerry Jones to make like that's a problem doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me. You do not, any player with any type of common sense, you do not walk into contract negotiations without your agent. Now, there are some situations where players don't have agents, and the player might have a lawyer, and they might charge a flat fee or something like that. Or you look at Lamar Jackson, his mom was his representation. There are outliers like that, but for the most part, that is why players hire agents. Because I remember when I signed my contract, I'm looking at it like, man, I ain't reading all of this stuff. 30 pages of stuff going in and all that legalese and verbiage and all that type of stuff. Most guys ain't going to be able to understand all of that stuff. And the teams do it like that on purpose so they can slip some things through. Happens all the time. Because there's always going to be a player who's going to slip up. Not going to have the agent. Maybe he doesn't have an agent. Maybe he just doesn't have a good one. But more times than not, a player is going to slip up and let something slip through. And that's how you get screwed out of money, incentives, all of that type of stuff. The owners are out for the owners. There's a few good owners, but for the most part, the owners are out for the owners. I think Jeffrey Lurie is an outlier. You don't see many like Jeffrey Lurie. What's the guy? Arthur Blake in Atlanta. Is he even still the owner in Atlanta? I don't even know anymore. But I know he was all about his players. Let me see if he's still down there. Because remember, yeah, Arthur Blank. Is he still? He's the guy that started Home Depot. So he got crazy money. Arthur Blank, not Blake. Arthur Blank. Yep. So he still owns the Atlanta Falcons and he still owns the Atlanta United Football Club, Major League Soccer. So he is still with us. How old is he? Born in 42. So he's 82 years old. So he's staying, but he would be what I would consider a good owner. So there's a few of them still out there. So you got some people that'll do right by the players. Some of them. What's up, Lynn? Lurie looking more like a unicorn by the day. Absolutely. Jeffrey Lurie is just above board. Goes out of his way for his players. he treats, and let's be real. I'm sure that there's some people out there or some players out there that might not like Jeffrey Lurie for whatever reason. I don't know who they are, but I'm sure there's somebody, because nobody's perfect. Everybody gonna have something. So I'm sure there's somebody at some point in time in the past that wasn't happy with him, and who knows. But for the most part, we are a good organization. We are a destination team now. Veterans want to come to us, and it all starts and ends with everything that Jeffrey Lurie has done for this organization. Period. Period. I was there when he got the team, and I immediately saw what he was trying to do just from a handshake. So everybody can't say that. Yeah, Tiff, chef's kiss. Absolutely. Absolutely. AJ Jones. Yo, AJ, this is actually funny, but since you down in my hometown, Cincy like that, I might be a little upset. However, comma, you ain't told no lies though. You ain't told no lies. Cincinnati is notoriously cheap. You see what they did with Trey Hendrickson. I was explaining that to my wife today. I was like, when you reach 30 years old, that's the point where NFL doesn't value you anymore. And all of these players are trying to get that last contract. And Trey Hendrickson is still playing at a high level. They're still playing at a high level. So, Myles Garrett got his money. Trey Hendrickson should get his. He earned it. He played for it. He outplayed his contract or outplayed his age, however you want to see it. Listen, we just got rid of Darius Slay at 34 years old, and Darius Slay was still playing at a very, very high level. So you gotta, in my opinion, you gotta take these players for where they are, not for where they're projected. Just like you looking at the situation with Green Bay giving Dallas 2 first-round picks. And that sounds good in theory, but you gambling on potential. You had a bird in the hand. You had an ace in the hole. You knew you were going to get at least 8 to 10 sacks from Micah Parsons every year. You know that. You know the type of production he can bring. You know the type of havoc he wrecks on an offensive line. You have to find him. Micah Parsons is the game plan. You got to stop that guy. And then hope, at the time, you had to hope that Dallas had somebody else that can bring the noise. And it just didn't pan out that way. They had a couple of years like that where their defensive line was tight. But for the most part, we had Micah Parsons bottled up. And somebody else got to get there. He's not going to beat us. He can't make all the tackles and drop in coverage and blitz. And he can't do it all. He's just one person. What does Nick Sirianni say? You can't be great without the greatness of others. And he didn't have no others. Now maybe he does. And I'm saying maybe because I really don't know what the situation is with Green Bay. I don't know how their defensive line is going to look. I know they are now markedly better now that Micah Parsons is in the building. And now he got a chip on his shoulder. Man, I can't wait till that game where they play Dallas, Green Bay versus Dallas. Shit, when we play Green Bay in November, that game's going to be hot. It's going to be crazy, man. I can't wait. Can't wait. So tomorrow morning so I can listen to all this sports talk radio. I'm listening to KTCK, The Ticket. I remember way back in the day, I used to listen to The Ticket for whatever reason. At that particular time, I was really into hockey. And I was watching the Flyers and I was watching the Dallas Stars. And that's when Dallas won the Stanley Cup down there. And I had been listening to The Ticket and I would listen to the games on the radio. That was like, this was back in the day. This is where Mark Cuban made all of his money. Because what was the radio? What was the website that Cuban started where you could listen to the radio on the internet? That's how I was listening to it, because I was listening to it at work. And I would listen to The Ticket all day. I wouldn't even listen to WIP at the time. I don't even think 97.5 existed back then. But I was listening to The Ticket, and just kind of fell in love with it. Rocco Pendola, um, the Hard Line, all them dudes, and that was the year. And I started following the Dallas Stars, and they ended up winning the cup. So I can just imagine. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's been so fun watching everybody else. All this week I've been watching Cleveland. I've been watching Cleveland Sports Talk Radio, watching they feed on YouTube, and everything that's been going on with Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco. And then today they signed what was his name? Bailey Zappi. They signed another quarterback. So they got Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, and now Bailey Zappi. For what? You let Kenny Pickett walk out the door for a 5th-round pick. And if Kenny Pickett was supposed to be your starter, Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco was supposed to be battling for the starting job. They didn't want Joe Flacco, the 40-year-old quarterback, to be the starter. They wanted him to be the backup. That's why they got Kenny Pickett. So I've been listening to that all week. Tony Grossi and the other guy got into an argument on air this afternoon about Shedeur, because Tony Grossi don't like Shedeur. Tony Grossi was the guy that Shedeur stepped to in the tunnel a couple days ago. After the Carolina game. And somebody brought up a good point. So he had a bad game against the Rams, the last preseason game. Everybody that was on his offensive line was cut. So you knew he had the bottom of the barrel. He was trying to play with dregs. He had 5 revolving doors in front of him. However, you still got to do some things. You still either got to take the sack, you still got to step up in the pocket and deliver the ball, or throw it away, or do something. But stop trying to run backwards. You can't run backwards in the NFL. Folks, is too fast. Can't do that. Step in the pocket, either move forward or throw the ball away. And it was a bad look. But the argument was, so do you just throw out that first game against Carolina? Why does the third game, with all of the people that's about to get cut, matter more than the first game? And that's a valid question. Very valid question. Yeah, they talked about Deshaun Watson. Like, what do you do with that contract? And it's guaranteed money. But Haslam was the one that did that. Haslam was the one that did that. So they got to eat that. Whatever they're going to do, they might as well cut their losses, or I don't know. The salary cap is going to go up again next year. And Cleveland got 2 first-round picks. So they got a lot of explaining to do, because clearly, and I will say this now, I only had the small sample size. Let me make that clear. But when I was at Eagles practice and I saw Joe Flacco for myself, it is clear. It is very clear that Joe Flacco was the best quarterback on the field for the Cleveland Browns. Kenny Pickett just didn't play. He can't get healthy. And Dylan Gabriel just looked meh. So, in my opinion, there was no doubt that Joe Flacco was going to be the starter. No doubt whatsoever, unless he would have got hurt. And if I'm anybody and I'm playing the Cleveland Browns, I am sending the blitz to Joe Flacco's right side. I am forcing him left, make him run to his left to throw the ball. He is not going to run away from anybody. He's not going to shake nobody. Now, he can throw to his left while running to the left, but it's a little bit harder because he got to get them hips around, and just the mechanics of it is taxing, especially when you're dealing with a 40-year-old. And all it takes is one hit. One hit. that geriatric pain gonna come out of he gonna be right on the bench. It's gonna come out of nowhere. So my man say Jerry Jones must go. RC, man, just breathe, bro. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. They should have been got him out. Did you watch the press conference? Stephen Jones couldn't get a word in edgewise. Jerry Jones was just kept talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. Couldn't get a word in edgewise. So Cleveland can cut him in 2 years. Yeah, but who wants to keep Deshaun Watson around for 2 years, man? Don't nobody want to do that. They're trying to get rid of him now. I told you, man, they trying to set everything up for Arch Manning. Why you bring a damn fifth quarterback back? They just went through all of this rigmarole and got rid of him. So are they going to cut Shador? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with Shador. Yeah, Flacco is big, man. Flacco is a big dude. He looks the part. Because I said that before. I don't know if you watched my my content when I went to practice, the Eagles practice. That's one of the things I brought up. Like, Flacco looks the part. I didn't know Flacco was that big. Flacco is a big dude. He about 6'8", 6'9" with them cleats on. So, like I said, he looks the part. And he was getting the ball out. He knows where he's supposed to go with the ball. He knows what he's trying to do. So, he ain't that bad yet. He on that Tom Brady health plan, I guess. So, power of attorney. Yeah, it looked like he's getting that way. It looks like he's getting that way. But hey, that's his circus down there. That's the way he wants it. That is the way he wants it. So, I'm not sure if Shador can do that. Because he made the 53-man roster. So I don't think Shador can go back into the draft. I don't think it works that way. Do I think Jacksonville's going to the playoffs? No. Why would Jacksonville be going to the playoffs? Because of Travis Hunter? Nah, y'all still got a quarterback problem. T-Law ain't gonna get it done, man. T-Law, we were talking about that today because I was talking about the first round picks that Dallas got. And think about how many first rounders. Doesn't matter position. But if you were selected in that first 32 picks, the expectations for you are super high. Trevor Lawrence has not lived up to those expectations whatsoever. Not even close. If Trevor Lawrence could have Jalen Hurts' stats from the same time period, Trevor Lawrence would be a perennial all-star. But he doesn't. He's not that good, not yet anyways. And we got better examples with winning quarterbacks. That's it in a nutshell. They gambled. Dallas has gambled on potential. How many guys in that first round don't make it? They gamble on potential. Yeah. Got 2 coaches fired. How many busts happened in the first round? When before, Jerry, you had a bird in the bush with Micah Parsons, a good one. And you let him walk. You let him walk. You let him go to the team. Somebody gave him a little bit more cash and sweet talked him, and it was over. It was a wrap. And if you think Dallas is going to be any better, I can't wait to hear them press conferences because he's going to try to spin that with the quickness. They already tried to spin. That's what I was saying. James Slater spinning that narrative that he wasn't fully committed. Like, y'all believe that if you want to. Believe that mess if you want to. They just trying to spread a narrative because they know Jerry Jones done made the critical mistake. Trevor Lawrence will be with the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers going to be very good. I don't care if they get your boy Aaron Rodgers or not. Yeah, RC. Yeah, they'll probably still be acting like that. They're gonna get a couple wins. Dak is good for a couple wins, but for the most part, it's only gonna be short lived. It's only gonna be short lived. Now find somebody. You know, everything bad that's happened, they're gonna try to blame it on Micah now. I think Green Bay is a playoff team. Defense wins championships, and now that your defense is markedly better. Now that your defense is better, you can mark that down. Hold on for a second. I got something in my throat. Hold on. I need me some water. Hold on. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right. Got something in my throat, man. I missed that one. I didn't see that one, but that's funny. That's funny. I didn't, Tiff. What happened? What happened? Was that on Twitter? I didn't see that. I see this one. I would say Green Bay is number 3 because we still got to see what Love is going to do. I don't fear nobody, but I think I think Detroit's going to be good again. I think Detroit's going to be good. I think obviously, really, Washington. Now you got to put Green Bay in the mix, but I'm cautiously optimistic with Green Bay. Obviously, Green Bay is going to be better. Jordan Love's got another year to cook, so he should be better this year. His sophomore slump is over, so now he's going into his third year, fourth year, whatever it is. So he's over that hump. So we'll see what his ceiling is. We'll see what his ceiling is, but I still think Washington and Detroit in the NFC. And I'm talking about concerned or feared is the wrong word, but I think those guys are going to give us some good matches. But I still think we're the best team. If Jahad Campbell plays the way I believe he's going to play, that's a game changer right there. That's a game changer. And you know what? We said the same thing 2 years ago with Jalen Carter. If Jalen Carter does what we think he can do, that's a game changer. And you know what? Jalen Carter was as advertised. Nolan Smith was as advertised. Jalix Hunt, we didn't know existed. Zach Bond, we didn't know existed. Quinyon Mitchell, as advertised. Cooper DeJean, as advertised. Reed Blankenship, we didn't know he existed. Moro Ojomo is going to be better than advertised. We in good shape on defense. Jahad Campbell is going to be a beast. And then you got Zach coming back. Then you got Nakobe coming back in a couple weeks. Nakobe is a brain trust, man. I don't think people really understand how smart that dude is. Nakobe Dean is a think tank. He earned that green dot. He knows where everybody's supposed to be, and he finds a way to get himself to the ball. So I think we're good. We got good depth at linebacker. We got good depth at edge. The only question mark is what they're going to do with safety. We just signed Marcus Epps coming back. I thought that was a good signing. Now we got a lot of experience in the secondary, especially at safety. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that Keely Ringo moves to safety. Right now, he's third string cornerback. He got demoted because he didn't have a good camp. That's the way it goes. I like Mac McWilliams or Jacorian Bennett. So maybe Adoree Jackson can get a little bit better. But for right now, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. The situation at safety, Drew Makuba is hurt. Sidney Brown is always dinged up. I think it was a good job to sign Marcus Epps. That was a good get. That was a good get. So hopefully he's out of his ways where he used to just come up fast for the big hit and then not wrap up. He did that in Philly. He did it in San Francisco. Not San Francisco. Who did he play for? The Raiders? I think he was with the Raiders. The Raiders are the Saints, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, he used to come up. Oh, excuse me. He used to come up and make them ginormous hits, but wouldn't wrap up. Makuba still should be starting, but he's injured, so we'll see. Raiders and the Patriots. Yeah, he was in the Patriots now, but yeah, that was with the Raiders. Because I remember that game where San Francisco played the Raiders. They played. It was at San Francisco, and I just remember Christian McCaffrey got the ball, went out on the right side, and Marcus Epps came up and lowered the boom on him, but didn't wrap up. And Christian McCaffrey just bounced off and went another 22 yards for a score. And it's like, bro, you got to keep your head up and wrap them jokers up, take them legs out. He goes for the big hit, but they bounce off. You're not going to always knock some of these referees. You can't. Trying to think. Damn, I lost my train of thought. I was just going to say you can't. What Marcus Epps was doing. I wish I could find that play with Christian McCaffrey. He bounced off, didn't wrap up. So, hopefully he's grown out of that. Let me say it like that. He's a vet now. He's a vet now. As long as AJ and Devontae are there, Dallas Goedert will be good to go. First play, I want to see Dallas Goedert drag across the middle and catch it for about a 15, 20-yard gain. Terrible. They were terrible at it, man. Terrible at it. Got to wrap up. And that was basic training stuff. But remember, they don't hit in practice in training camp no more. They just don't. So that you lose those skills, and now the first 3 weeks of the regular season is your preseason now. Because that's when you see most of the starters. Yep. Yes, it is. Our wide receiver room is deep, and we are good to go. Let me see. Drop the link. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm dropping the link now. If anybody wants to come up, lots of stuff to talk about, man. A lot of stuff to talk about. Did anybody see the Norfolk State game? Michael Vick got mollywopped today by Towson State. It was like, last I looked, it was like 27-7. Like 27-7. Like, listen, man, it is not, coaching football is not as easy as you think. Not as easy as you think. What's going on, Chris?
What it do, Coach? You got me?
I got you.
Man. Whew. First and foremost, the NFL never fails to entertain or produce content, man. There's always something going on.
Every
it's
day.
Always something. Week before the game, and we got this. I want to touch on, before I get to obviously the main point, the Shadur thing you was talking about. I agree with you in the sense that, you know, what they left him with out there, that last game against the Rams was obviously not nothing to write home about, especially with those offensive linemen. But I agree with you in the sense that when I watched some of the clips, I did see a lot of like backpedaling and kind of running, you know, instead of stepping up in the pocket, you know, regardless of what would have happened, just step up in the pocket. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what he did at Colorado.
Yeah, running backwards, and then it's almost like you running into sacks, you know,
trying to make something happen, trying to do.
Yeah. And sometimes it's like when stuff is already bad, sometimes your best thing is just, you know, throw it away or, you know, take whatever it is and just live to fight the next down. Even if it's a punt, just don't let it be on you, especially when it's already stacked against you and what he's dealing with. So that was the only thing. I just wish he would have stepped up in the pocket a little bit more. But other than that, it was nothing more he could have did because obviously we all seen what he was playing with. I just was like, considering how bad it already was, just don't exacerbate it and make it worse by running backwards in the sacks and plays that was negative.
Right, when you can just throw the ball away.
Yeah, just throw the ball away. That was it. That's the only thing I would have said. Like, if I wanted to see him do something a little better, just throw the ball away. That's it. It was nothing more he could have did. So there's that. Now, obviously, back to the main thing. I mean, Jerry Jones, man. Shout out to Jerry Jones, man. I think he doing I long live Jerry Jones, dog. I mean, for real. Like, I just think everything he's doing over there, he's doing a hell of a job. I want him to keep doing what he's doing. Because you know, if this is if Micah is the first domino, you know Dak is probably around the corner at some point, not too far away.
Well, Dak's not when Dak's contract is up, he's out of there.
Yeah, he's out. He's out
of there. And listen, I'm saying it right here. If the Cleveland Browns release Shador, do not be surprised if Dallas scoops him up.
Yeah.
That's right down Jerry Jones's alley.
Yeah. So I think, you know, obviously with us being the top dog, I think a lot of stuff, especially in the NFC, I think a lot of things kind of are geared towards, not necessarily, even if we don't have, you know, direct correlation to the trade or the move, obviously a team like Green Bay's, you know, they're trying to gear up and, you know, make a run because they feel like they probably got a squad. And I'm like, you know, I think obviously Mike is a terrific player. You know what I'm saying? He's only going to help them. But like I said, and I was with you, I agree with you when you say you don't fear nobody. I'm like, wherever, you know, QB1 lineup come January, the game could be in Green Bay, the game could be in Philly. I don't care. I like QB1 against anybody, considering what I've seen.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't fear nobody. And I'm saying that now. I might have a different opinion depending on how we look going into week 3 and 4. But I expect our offense to run well. I don't, you know, Saquon did what he did, so I don't think they're gonna go back to not passing the ball. They're not gonna go back to 10 and 12 carries a game. We're not going back to that.
No.
So they know what they have in Saquon, and they're gonna keep him active and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully, you know, Saquon and AJ and Devontae, everybody can stay healthy and on the field at the same time.
Yep.
And we're gonna be good to go. They're gonna be. It's hard to stop. It's
gonna be hard to stop. I mean, I think, like, my thing for this, especially the regular season after last year, I'm all about, for me, just get to the playoffs healthy, man. That's it. Just get to the playoffs, playing some decent ball. Hopefully, obviously, win the division. Even if we don't get the number 1 overall seed, that's fine. Because what I've seen from my quarterback is he's that dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't care where the game is at. I don't care if it's in Philly. You tell me any quarterback in the NFC up against Jalen in the playoffs, and I like Jalen all day.
You just got to get there.
You just got to get there. That's all I'm saying. So that's my only thing. But well, considering the defense that Dallas is probably gonna have out there next week, I don't know if you still got your cleats, coach, but I think you might be able to get you a few yards next week, man, if you needed to. I mean, that defense
Man,
is
I wish
gonna
I
be,
could get that. I wish I could get that check.
man. You know what I'm
I'm
saying? You probably
playing.
could. You might be able to tote it a couple times, get you some yards because that defense is gonna be, you know. But hey, I ain't mad though. I think it's great what Jerry doing, man. I hope Jerry stays there forever as long as he can, and keep doing what you
Everybody,
doing, Jerry. You
everybody
doing
keeps saying the same thing.
man. Listen, I don't know if he can hear this or if he come across this. Listen, Jerry, keep doing your thing, bro. You doing a hell of a job, man.
Jerry
Don't
Jones getting
say,
that glory hole. Ain't that what he called it?
man. Yeah, that's what he doing. That's what he doing. But yeah, I think we'll see though. But I definitely think, like you said, Green Bay they're definitely more formidable.
Yeah,
Micah
Green
ain't
Bay is
making
better.
noise.
Green Bay was gonna have a good team. I don't know how many games they were gonna win, but I'll just say that Micah Parsons gives them an extra 2.
Well, yeah, I
Just
mean,
on the strength of himself.
yeah, and I mean with Detroit, we'll see what's gonna happen because they did lose the coordinators with last year on both the offensive and defensive side. So, I mean, that move could make them, it could bridge that gap even closer. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? So they may be in real contention to win their division now, or maybe get a home playoff game. So it just, one move can change quite a bit. But
absolutely.
as far as, like I said, obviously for us, like I said, when I first saw it, I was just like, well, 1-0 next week. I mean, even if he played, it wouldn't have mattered. But
Nah, I don't think he would have.
it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, maybe he'd have took, maybe it'd have been a little bit closer. I don't know. Maybe he'd have made a play or two. But other than that, next week to me is just like it's gonna be even worse than what we already was predicting. So, or
Fact.
great for us, but I don't know if I think it might be the first time NBC might try to flex a week 1 game out because you know how they like to, typically when they have a game that they worried about not living up to the ratings, they like, we got to flex this one out because we got to get a better game in here. And they like, we can't do that for week 1. I don't think we can do that now. It's too late. So,
Anything is possible with these channels.
Yeah, but I think, but I do think, like you said, that obviously I think the Eagles is the class of the conference, but I think that next group, like I said, Green Bay's for sure up in there now in the mix with, I think the Rams, Detroit, Washington.
I think we can repeat. I know we haven't. There hasn't been the repeat champions in the NFC East in a long time, but I think we can repeat.
Yeah, so, I definitely. Well, it's just us in Washington, and the thing I was hearing some people say like that. Pick Washington. They thought Washington would win the division this year. They were like, well, the Eagles' schedule is really tough. And I'm like, Washington's schedule ain't that much different than ours. Maybe a team or 2 off. That's about it.
No.
Everything else, we both playing, I think, the NFC North this year. And I know we get Detroit at home. They got to go back to Detroit. So
it's people going off what they hear on TV.
Yeah. And so
they don't put no homework about it.
No.
Or vet their information.
No, they don't. They just, like you said,
just opinion.
Yeah, just a lot of that. And I'm like, nah, our schedules is pretty much. I mean, the whole division schedule is pretty much similar. It just we might have played a first place team instead of a second place one because we won our division. That's the only real difference.
Right.
But other than that, though, I mean, like I said, I hope. Oh, I was going to ask you, what do you think of? Because there's been some, obviously some content creators talking about this. The Eagles making a move for a player like Trayvon Walker in Jacksonville. What you think of that? Do you think it's needed? Let me say that.
What position? He's DB, right?
No, Trayvon is edge.
Edge rusher?
Yeah.
Nah, we good.
I had to there because there's been a lot of talk about some concern about the edge rusher group, and I'm like,
because here's the question: who you gonna give up?
That's the problem.
Who you gonna? Even if we do, if it's not what did he get waived?
No, Trayvon is still on the contract, but the thing is though, because Jacksonville has a whole new regime in there, because obviously Doug is gone.
So it would have to be a trade.
It would have to be a trade, yeah, because he's young. I mean, he's only 24, and he's had some pretty good numbers for the first couple of years. It's like he gets after the quarterback. He got some good numbers, but the only thing is, like you said, who you trading? Like it
all depends on who you want to give up, and I don't want to give up nobody.
I don't think so neither. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to give up nobody. We just got that kid, Lumpkin. From the Rams. That kid is good.
Man,
like look at his feet. I ain't never seen a wrestler that had bad feet. This
Yeah.
dude went 49-0 in high school. This dude knows how to wrestle. And he knows how to have quick feet and good feet, and you can't trade that in for nothing.
No. And I'm like, I don't want to get, people are like, well, between Nolan and Jalix and some of the edge rushers we got, it's like they're like, well, it's not good enough. And I'm like, well, give it a chance at least. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at them and let them play some games and be like, you know what, give them because I'm like, if I look at because we talking potentially repeating and stuff like that. Even though the team don't want to say it, obviously from us watching, we could say it like, yeah, repeating is the goal. And I'm like, I think we still all right. You know what I'm saying? Repeats, I've been saying when it comes to sustainability in the league, it's always to me starts with the head coach and the quarterback. Yep. That's where it starts. And if I look at the combination of Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni since they've been together, they win. And they won the Super Bowl. They've been to. So I'm like, it's just to me, it's similar to what, obviously Kansas City done built in the AFC, even though we spanked them, but you look at, I don't think Kansas City's had the most talented team in the AFC the past 2-3 years.
Nah.
I think Baltimore's had a better team than them from top to bottom, probably. And
but Baltimore just couldn't get over the hump.
They can't get over the hump. I mean, we know Buffalo's had some good teams that couldn't get over the hump. So I'm like, we good, man. I don't think we need to be panicking and reacting to nobody's moves. How he know what he's doing. He's proven that he know what he's doing. And I'm like, I'm going to take my chances with QB1 come January against anybody else. I'm not getting moved by all these trades in August and what September football looked like. After last year, I already know I'm not getting moved by that. Come see me.
Here you go. Here you go. You asked me about like what team do I fear? The only fear I have is not being healthy at the end of the year.
That's the only thing. That will be it.
That's it.
That's the only thing. But other than that, there's no team, there's no quarterback. They can have home field. I'm so confident they can even have the 1 seed or the 2 seed. If the Eagles is healthy and doing what they do, we can go anywhere and handle business. So
facts.
I don't mind really,
Big facts.
Teams making moves and doing what they do. But I do think the Micah trade is. I think it's just funny to see Dallas just keep going down the drain, man. It's hilarious. But Jerry want to win the headlines, and he gonna do that. Tomorrow's gonna be all Cowboy talk on ESPN and every other network that's possible. Well, they already started tonight, but tomorrow, they're gonna have the full morning shows reacting to it. Like you said, you're gonna be tuning in.
A lot of people jumping on them podcasts tonight.
Oh man, I think the city of Dallas got to be. They lost Luka, they lost Micah. I'm like, boy. Y'all might not see a championship.
Rough summer.
Yeah, rough summer, man. Rough spring and summer. Y'all might not see a championship in that city for a long time, boy. Oh. But it makes my heart warm. Keep doing your thing, Jerry.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Keep doing your thing, Jerry. But you gonna have the stream? No, you say you're not gonna have a stream prior to the game next week, right? You gonna do it Tuesday?
No, we're gonna do both. We're gonna do pregame, and then we're gonna have we're gonna go on Tuesday, and that'll just be the day after the game, after the Monday night game, and then you still got a little bit of time to prep, and we'll come up with questions for the Thursday night game. So we figured Tuesday being the NFL day off was the best time to do it. So we still gonna have our pregame show,
gotcha,
and then we're gonna have another show on every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, okay. And then the pregame is gonna be with you and Tone, right?
Right.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Gotcha. And that's gonna be every week, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Just making sure I'm tapped because I know I got the Sunday one in the mornings. I know that one.
I'm trying to. I made the decision to, like, if I'm not on anybody else's cast or anything like that, I'm trying to go every day at 10:30 p.m.
Yeah,
because that's still early enough to not be too late on the East Coast,
man.
And then that helps out all my people on the West Coast.
That's 7:30 for me, because that's perfect time there. If you go 10:30 every night or whatever nights you do stream 10:30, that is peak time for us over here on the West.
I used to do 7 p.m. on Thursdays.
Okay,
and I was with A2D Radio. I used to do 7 p.m. on Thursdays. Okay. And that was like 3 o'clock on the West Coast.
Oh, it was 7 Eastern, 4 o'clock. Yeah. That's 4 o'clock. Yeah, that time. I mean, it's kind of, what I'm saying, the traffic and everything like that. People
still in their cars. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you know, like right now when you were like, because I was worried. I saw the way I knew you was on tonight was because I got the notifications, but I saw your stream from earlier, and then I was like, man, I
Yeah.
missed him when you first reacted. But then you were like, I'll be back on at 10:30. I'm
I'll
like,
be back.
cool, perfect. I'll be
I'll be
here for that
back.
because it's 7:30. I'm like, I ain't missing that. That's perfect time for me. So, uh, but yeah, I think, like I said, I think all in all, Micah trade, good for Green Bay, I guess. I ain't really worried
Yeah.
too much about them. But it's just great knowing that Dallas still suck and they're gonna keep being what they are. And we might have it might be 41-0 next week. I don't know. Might be
I can live
41.
with that.
Saquon, I mean, hey, Jalen not gonna have to pass the ball too much next week. I don't think. I
Well,
think
yeah,
he could.
because they still got problems with run defense.
Yeah,
But
they
I
still
don't know what Ken Clark is going. I don't know what they're going to expect to get out of him. But
not in
you
6 days time. I
he a
don't think.
3-time Pro Bowler, so he ain't no
Yeah,
scrub.
he ain't.
He ain't no
But
scrub.
he ain't no scrub. But I mean, him alone, I don't think. And then the emotional aspect of what that team is probably dealing with right now is like, y'all got this. This is effectively. I mean, y'all wasn't going nowhere anyway, but this is almost a waving the white flag before the season. And then your reward for that is, if they were playing the Giants week 1, okay, maybe you can get something to feel good about. Y'all
Right.
got to play the Eagles week 1, and they dropping their banner. And they probably a
Yep.
little pissed off the way people been talking about their quarterback. That's not a good
Nah, we're
spot.
used to it now.
Yeah, probably. But that's probably not the best spot to be in. But I love it, though. Keep doing your thing, Jerry. Keep doing your
All
thing.
right, Chris.
All right, Coach. Appreciate you. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Everybody's saying the same thing about Jerry Jones. Like, yeah, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Somebody got to get him out of there, man. And I'd imagine that they going coming with, torches and pitchforks down to the stadium because it's crazy. It's crazy. So, I don't know what. I don't know. We was talking about Micah, and Jerry Jones made some interesting comments in the press conference about what Micah wasn't doing, and it's like, come on now, you got some people same age that do a little bit less and get more out of it. Dallas is going to have to cut their losses sooner or later, but you can't necessarily do that because, and I'm talking specifically about what they're going to do with Jerry Jones, and there ain't really much they can do, period. I'm sure he got something written up in his will and all of that type of stuff. So when he passes, Stephen Jones will take over the team and things like that, I would think. But for the most part, we are in good shape. Let them worry about everything else because everybody and their mom is going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody. Jerry, you like that type of attention? Well, you got it right now, sucker. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. I checked out Tom Grossi's stream, and he was going nuts on camera. His son a dummy too. Adoree just hasn't had a good camp. He wasn't. Some situations you're not going to be good, but I think Adoree just needs more snaps. He'll be fine. I think Jacorian Bennett's going to be the starter, and I think didn't we just sign another DB? Not that we put on the practice squad. Don't get lulled to sleep about all them guys on the practice squad. Them guys will get moved up in a hot second. Believe that. Believe it. So, oh, that's fair. That's fair criticism, Lynn. Letting stuff happen, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a whole different ball game when you run it in game speed, man. Whole different ball game. So, But yeah, man, it's going to be it is going to be a very interesting next couple of days, and I can't wait. We're just gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. So Eli Ricks is on the practice squad. Elijah Cooks is on the practice squad, so he's got a chance to play. I think they're trying to see what they're gonna do with Big Gas. So I don't know. Ricks is still there. Who else? The big guy. Who am I thinking of? In my head, I keep seeing somebody for the Raiders, and that's not it. Yeah, we got Ambry Thompson from San Francisco. Howie's still busy, man. Howie's still making moves. He's still making moves. And we're gonna be better for it. Just gotta be patient. I trust Howie completely. I know they do their homework, and now don't forget Joe Douglas is back in the building. He's working on it. Be ready to go. Tristan McCollum got picked up by the Raiders. Are nice. Holmes just lost his dad. Oops. Cowboys ain't got no linebackers. DJ has to be in the slot. Let's see, Bennett on the outside. Yeah, it depends on what we see. Depends on what we see. Yep, how he got all his guys back off waivers. It'll be very interesting to see which way Howie go. We got one or two more, in my opinion, decisions he's got to make. And is he going to get another safety? Is he going to get another DB? Is somebody going to get cut? Could they just cut their losses with Keely Ringo? I don't know. They definitely could do that. I don't advise them to. Yeah, I saw that. Nia Smith got going to Carolina. So we got a lot of no, take that back. We don't have a lot of question marks. We do not have a lot of question marks. And that's a good place to be when you are in game one, in week one. You don't want no questions about nobody. You want to pick up everything. So we're going to see what we're going to see. We got 1 week to go. It's Dallas week. And we're going to get it on and popping next week, next Thursday. So I can't wait. How we talked Ringo up on special teams. So yeah, could be. Pumping them up so you can get some value for them. Yeah, not the first time. So, but we got a whole lot of mo. We got a lot of mo. So we'll see what's going to happen. I'm trying to find some different dynamic API interfaces for my data stream. So we'll see what we can do with that. I'm still trying to figure out how I got to be able to. I'm still trying to figure out what's the best group to interact with. I still say it's Twitter. I think next week I'm going to go ahead and do the verified, paid a little extra to see if there's any difference. But eventually I'm gonna get me some got some new graphics and what was I talking about? Dang it, I forgot. Lost my train of thought again. Dang it. Can't even remember what I was saying. Twitter or the Clock app. What's the Clock app? I don't know what that is. But I've been dealing with Twitter. I just got to I'm trying to find a group, because that's my goal is to get these streams over 100 people. I'm usually right around anywhere between 20 and 50. So tonight, let me see. Check out the live analytics from YouTube Studio. It'll tell me. Let me see. Go live, and here we go. Taking a minute. Analytics. I maxed out at 38 people. Maxed out at 38 people. So I got to get that above 100. That's what I got to do. So if you got any ideas, hit me up. Uh-oh. My bad. I just started getting more I'm growing on TikTok. I just surpassed 1,000 subscribers on TikTok, followers. So I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it. I went live on TikTok and it was stuff moving and I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I got some homework to do on TikTok. But I was looking at this OBS plugin to see if there was a way where I could stream to YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So I wouldn't have to, be pulling my hair out, obviously. But just to be able to operate and handle both of them at the same time. My TikTok is, let me see. Hold on for a second. I will show you. I believe it is Coach Marcus 06. Oh, this guy. Why is he still coming up? No, I don't want the TikTok shop. This is how much I'm ignorant of TikTok. Because I'm trying to upload. Let me see. Nope, there we go. Let me go to my profile. There we go. Yep, Coach Marcus 06. So that's me. That's my TikTok handle. So yeah, just surpassed over 1,000 last week. So it's growing. I got a couple of videos in here that just went ham. Like I see the Micah Parsons stuff done jumped up to 10,000. Wow. So that jumped up. I got one in here that was like 100 and something thousand, 100 and something K. And I'm like, what do I do with that? It's an old one too. All right, there's 29,000. You pin your high videos. Oh, cool. It comes up with Pro Fan Talk. That's what's up. Because a lot of this, like I said, I was at an NFLPA meeting at Top Golf. And I was recording some stuff at Top Golf. And one of the young waitresses, she was talking to a lot of the players, and she was like, you should do, I told her, follow me on Facebook and Pro Fan Talk. And she was like, you should be doing TikTok. And I said, I know what it is, but I don't use it. She was like, you should try it. So I did. And The only thing I do every time I share something on Pro Fan Talk, I upload it to TikTok as well. So I'm making it work. It is working. I just don't know what to do with it. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. But I got a couple videos. I got a couple bangers in here that just like blew up. I'm trying to find out one. I did one a while ago. And then I got other ones I think in great videos that only do, so much. But I got a couple in here. Trying to see. Yeah, I can't find it now. But in any case, I'm working on it. I'm getting more proficient with it. I'm still learning. So you pin your high view videos. So all right. So now I got to figure out how to pin them. Okay, that's good advice. I'll figure out how to do that. So there was supposed to be something that I could do in StreamYard, the software I'm doing the to stream to YouTube. That I should be able to do YouTube and TikTok at the same time, but it's weird, and it's not as streamlined, it's not as easy to set up as YouTube is. So I ain't messing around with it. I don't want to screw nothing up. So, but I will get there. Okay, I got to learn how to pin stuff now. Okay, good to know. See, I don't even know what I just did. Something just happened. All right. But all right, we're going to get up out of here. I'm going to go to sleep. Well, NFL Pro better change that picture. That's Green Bay now. So, all right, let me see. 3 dots. All right. Where are the 3 dots? Oh, when I bring up a video. All right, let's find a good video. Where's a video that got a lot of views? I still ain't figured out this algorithm yet. I still ain't. Some of these videos should be getting more than 116 views. Like, does the same thing on YouTube. I guess it just is what it is. Trying to find. I know I saw one with like 12,000. Trying to see what that is. Oh well, I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. Let me see what it says to do with Caitlin Clark. All right, 3. All right, Yeah, see, how do I pin it, Tiff? How do I pin it? There go the 3 dots, and there is no pin for it. So I don't know how to pin it. Copy link. Yeah, I don't know. Send to friends, share on WhatsApp, Facebook. Yeah, I don't know where you're supposed to pin it, how you pin it. I don't know how that works. And plus, they did a couple of different upgrades on stuff like this on TikTok. So whatever you used to be able to do might have changed. That process may have changed. I don't know. I'll figure it out though. Yeah, we shared. Me and Tone shared. I'm trying to get up there. Because I already know I'll have like when me and Tone stream, it'll be like looking like 250 people on the stream, and then I check my numbers, I'll have like 40, and it's all Tone. It's all Tone. So I'm trying to get that audience up there. Just trying to recruit people, just like, hey, check it out, and that sort of thing. So, it's organic growth for me. It's slow. Tone been doing it a little bit longer, but let me see. Can I right click on it? No. Nope. You got auto scroll, captions, and reports. That's the only thing that comes out of them 3 dots. So I'll look it up on YouTube. I'll figure it out. Maybe it's on this one. No, it's not. Oh my God. Whole Tone Costage. That's my guy, man. That's my can't gonna do that to my man Tone. So, but all right, I'm gonna get up out of here. Good conversations tonight, and this is gonna continue into the weekend. So, into the holiday. So, my goal is to stream every night. So I should be on tomorrow and Saturday. Saturday, it might be like a college football wrap up. I haven't decided on what I'm gonna do yet, but college football has started. So more stuff to talk about, all that kind of good stuff, man. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. So I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all have a good night. And Cincinnati and Nebraska's on right now. I'm going to check that out. See my hometown. One of my good buddies, his son plays for UC. So I'm going to get up out of here. I will see y'all tomorrow. I will be online tomorrow. And we're going to be ready to rock and roll. Don't forget, Sunday at 11, me and Tone. So looking forward to that. And Dallas week is upon us, minus Micah Parsons. He's in Green Bay. He's a cheesehead now. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe. And I will see you in the next one. Go Birds.